We don't want to see that place open again. They've just had so much disregard for safety.
Josh Bastien used to work at Eastway alongside his dad Rick, one of the 6 employees who died in last week's explosion, as well as Etienne Mabiala, Danny Beal, Kayla Ferguson, Russell McClellan, and Matt Kearney. Josh Bastien worked there until last spring. Now he's speaking out about what he says were unsafe work practices, including his dad's own warnings.
He began ringing alarm bells pretty much from the get-go, but starting off in a way that was telling me, like, this place is very dangerous. You need to be careful of certain things. And as I went along and I did jobs in the place, sometimes he would stop me and he would be like, "Who's making you do this? Are you trained to do this job?"
He's one of 3 former Eastway employees CBC News has spoken to who either quit or were laid off last year. Each raised concern over workplace safety. This former employee says inexperienced workers were not always given necessary training.
I had to go outside and repair a probe on top of a large trailer. And halfway through soldering it together, I stopped and thought to myself, I have an open flame on top of a container of gas right now. I probably shouldn't be doing this.
CBC News agreed not to name another former employee because he was afraid of reprisal. He says the door to a room storing flammable materials was often left open, even though it was close to a welding station. In an emailed statement, Eastway says the allegations are unfounded and that the company has always worked to maintain the highest safety standards. Ontario's Ministry of Labour says it found issues here at the facility back in 2017, but those issues were resolved when it checked in 2 months later. An investigation into the cause of the explosion is ongoing. Guy Kenville, CBC News, Ottawa.